first of the people we're going to help today. Come on in. Sydney McIntyre. Hello, Sydney.
Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi, boys. Hi. Hey. How are ya? Hi.
Hello to you too, Sydney.
Hello.
What's going on there? What's going on there where you are? I'm used to doing the Zooms with my grandkids, so I'm all set up. My granddaughter Astrid helped me set me up, so I'm ready.
That is so heartwarming to hear about you connecting with your grandchildren.
Oh yeah, we go on the Zoom like every 3 days. They make sure they live down south, and I'm up here in the north, so it's nice to get to see their faces.
Well,
It sure is nice.
thank you for joining us this evening. I'm hoping that we can't give you the same amount of cuteness I'm sure that your grandkids give you over Zoom.
Oh no, definitely not.
We'll try and give you some knowledge that it's going to help you on your pursuits to sell on eBay. How can we help you this evening?
Well, I have an artifact from my family, if I can share that with you.
Family artifact already sounds promising.
Here we go. Now, this is a pewter owl that belonged to my father, and whenever this was out in the backyard in front of the shed, I was not allowed out into the shed. This was Daddy's way of telling us kids not to go into the shed because it was Daddy's time to be in the shed and we were not to bother him. But it brings up good memories of my daddy. And and I was wondering if you could, if you knew what to do with it. If you knew anything about it. You had seen something like it before.
That is a fascinating item.
It really is. I usually see pewter items as much smaller, and I've never seen something so large. What is that? It's got to be at least, what, a foot and a half?
It is about a foot and a half. Yeah.
I imagine the initial pewter harbinger that your dad would place on the shed was smaller, like Tom has seen in his research, but he probably had to upgrade to a large owl just to give you visual distance to not mess with him when he's in the shed.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. There were a lot of us kids, and the shed was pretty far back from the back door. So that would make sense. Yeah.
Now, here in the chat, someone, Jill Jackcho is saying that the eyes are staring into their soul.
That's what I recall from my childhood, too. I do believe that was the point that Daddy would put it up to scare us away. When you heard sounds coming from the shed, or you saw lights coming from the shed, or disembodied voices coming from the shed, just don't go out the shed, or else
Interesting.
Don't get you.
They'll get you. You betcha.
Was your father normally a skirmish fellow outside of the shed?
We never attended church regularly. Dad was a prominent member of the council. He was a local dentist. Up here.
Sorry, the council?
The council, yes, the council of not the city council, the dark council of our town, Mackinac Island in Michigan. There, how you have the normal city council and then your dark underground council that my dad belonged to, and I'm sure your granddad or your uncle belonged to your city's dark council as well.
I have a nephew who currently resides on the school council in Hondo, Texas. It's south of here.
Well, congratulations.
But as far as the dark council, Tom, do you have any relatives who have dabbled in what I imagine is an ancient dark organization?
An ancient dark organization. I'm trying to think. I'm racking my brain. I mean, I know I got a grandfather who was on the Masons, but that didn't seem like a particular dark
It seems very mainstream now.
Well, my daddy was a Mason as well. So,
Oh, all right. Well, maybe there's a bit of a correlation.
There's definitely some crossover. There were Masons on both the normal council and the dark council, for sure.
So, can I ask you, did you ever overhear and maintain the memory of what any of these disembodied voices said?
they would say, Sydney, Sydney, we're here. Sydney, we're here. We're in your closet. Don't be scared. And then they would growl and scream. But they said not to be scared, so I took their word for it.
Tom, that sounds like omnipresence is one of the magical qualities of these demonic voices. To be in the closet and the shed at the same time.
At the same time. I mean, that's some real. I mean, my granddaddy never pulled anything like that on me. Like, the only time he ever popped out of the closet was when he was scaring me from trying to keep me from wetting the bed. He caught me one time, and he said, I caught you, boy. And I never peed the bed again after that, but that was the only. It didn't seem like it had any sort of dark omen to it, or like portal traveling. Yeah, that's what I said.
And the most occult thing my nephew and the school council's ever done is find a way to get the guy who stocks the vending machine to do the Taco Bell flavored Doritos, which aren't even available anywhere near Hondo, which is that's some kind of magic.
These kids are just so smart these days. They're doing so many things. They just know so many things that I never would have thought of Taco Bell flavored chips.
Precociousness is a patently significant trait in children. Let me ask you, did you ever find your way in that shed when the owl was on it?
You know, one day I did. I went out because Mama fainted in the kitchen, and all 9 of us couldn't wake her up. So I volunteered to go out in the back. I opened the door. I saw my own birth and death and resurrection. I saw into the heart of what is all conscious knowledge. And then I passed out. I woke up the next day in my bed. The doctor was there, and my Aunt Linda came over. And Mama had just, she had passed out because she was pregnant again, and that was lucky for us. I had a new baby brother, and an experience.
Well, hot dang, Sydney, that sounds like you really got a nice family heirloom there. If it's got such significance, it's there for all these births and deaths and resurrections.
Future.
It's very definitely cursed, and it messes with the electronics sometimes when I'm on the Zoom call with my grandkids. It's behaving really well now. I think it likes you, which is good. That's a good sign.
Do you think it is attuned to folks with a darker energy to them? Does it seem to need to feed on anything, or is it just kind of docile unless it's really messing around with stuff?
Oh, no. No, all of the plants in my house are dead. They do get drained regularly of energy. I have to go to the market at least once a week to pick up new fresh plants, or else, the hummingbirds and the songbirds start to die outside. We haven't had a cat, since the 30s in our family. Things, you get tired a lot. But we got that go get 'em energy up here in Mackinac Island, so it doesn't really bother us. It's more of a an honor to carry these things. But as I said, it's not working out with the technology, and I thought I could find a good home for it.
Well, you definitely can find a good home for it. This is an item that people are going to want. I feel like they're going to be compelled to want it the longer they stare into those eyes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at all my research. You really did hit a nice Venn diagram of the kind of things people look for, The height of the item is well beyond what anybody's offering on eBay as it is. I mean, the thing I'm seeing here right now, 4 inches tall, vintage pewter owl, $33.99. And that's for a 4-inch tall, all right? You got something that's, at least 3, maybe even 4, almost 5 times that size. You're going to be able to get a good deal off of it alone. And then you got the curse thrown in there. I mean, you're talking buku bucks there, Sydney.
Yeah, that's what my granddaughter Astrid said. She said that, if you go on, ask somebody to help you with the eBay, and you'll find somebody lickety split.
Yeah.
Did you end up marrying a normie or another member of the Dark Council?
Oh, you mean Bob? No, Bob. He works. He helps run the Mercedes dealership here. Right outside of Mackinac Island. There are no cars allowed on the island, but outside of the island, he sells Mercedes. And, he seems very happy, kind of fit right in with the whole the dark underbelly, satanic lord of Michigan.
Well,
all right.
He's from Florida, but, you can't be perfect.
That's funny.
Who can?
I've never actually, no, I was going to say I've never been to Florida, but that's not true.
Oh, I'm sure there are lovely beaches, but it's too warm for me.
Sorry, when I said that I'd never been to Florida, I heard it, but it wasn't my voice.
No, that was his Dark Lord himself. I'm sorry, he sometimes he's very powerful sometimes, but I'll set him down. That might help things.
This is actually a good timing because we unfortunately, Sydney, we got to move along. But I just got to say, in all the time and praise be to good old Michael for having me on board. But this is one of the finest items we've seen in the entire time I've been helping out run this seminar. I think you've really got something fantastic on your hands. Overlaps a lot of different things, and gosh darn, I sure hope you get a good deal for your system.
Well, thank you so much, boys.
I'm bleeding.
Thank you, Sydney.
I won't stop bleeding.
Oh, you'll stop bleeding in a little bit. It just takes a while for the effects to wear off. You should be fine in the morning. Bye.
Michael, are you all right there, bud? You need a sec?
I was in 1920s Paris for just a second there. I saw Owen Wilson.
The Owen Wilson?
And Adrian Brody. Tom, how long have I been gone?
I mean, I didn't even see you leave. You've been on screen this whole time.
Because
maybe it's been maybe about a couple minutes. Started having your episode.
I was gone long enough to break off my engagement with Rachel McAdams.
I'm so sorry. I mean, it is pretty close to midnight in Paris, Texas. It's pretty close to where we are. Or at least where you are in San Antonio. I have no idea where I am.
Wow, Tom.
Bill Gates keep me locked up real nice.
That was a rush. I can't explain to you exactly what happened there, but the energy's up.
I mean, it seems like there's some sort of a, cursed, dark, satanic magic that you had to contend with, and you might not be strong enough to deal with it yet.
Carrot Flower in the chat perfectly putting a button on what it is I did there. Yes, a Woody Allen movie is hell. Yes, that is some dark, dark shit.
Ah, yes. Real and fictional. That's what I love most about our show.